Did you know, according to Indiana University's National Study of Student Engagement, architecture students are set to work 22.5 hours per week apart from their college working time, which is 2.5 hours more than any other professional out there. So, if you are an architecture student or if you are an architect, firstly, I would like to congratulate you, and I would like to tell you that you are one of the most hardworking person on the planet. Okay? And having said that, let me tell you, if you are someone who is looking out for a different kind of a stream to go ahead with, like you have the knowledge of architecture, but you are looking for something else that you can pursue apart from architecture, then this is the right video for you. Because in this particular video, I would be revealing to you these 23 different alternate streams that you can go ahead with if you have been studying architecture or if you are already an architect. Okay, so let's just go on into these 23 different streams. But before that, let me tell you, I would like you to stay till the very end of this video, because at the end of this video, I'm going to be offering you a gift, and it would only make sense if you watch all of these 23 steps. Okay, so I would be keeping it short. Let's just quickly dive into these 23 steps. So the first step, the first alternate career that you can do is you can go for interior designing. Okay, now interior designing projects are in abundance as compared to architecture project. Okay, and if you want to go for any kind of an architecture project, you need a huge amount of experience. Okay, and along with that experience, it is also very important that you have a really good connection to keep on getting those kind of projects. And architecture projects take a lot of time. Okay, it even takes 2 years to 3 years to 5 years to even 10 years to complete an architecture project. So architecture firms are always into interior designing, because interior projects are that they are something which gets completed quickly as compared to architecture projects, and there is a constant flow of income through interior projects. Okay, and if you are someone who doesn't want to go into architecture, you can always go into interiors as well. Okay, now let's just take this as an example. If you construct one architecture project, you even have opportunities of 100 interior projects from that. Okay, because if you consider, let's say you have a residential project, you have a commercial project, or you have a public project, whatever the project might be, every architecture project generates opportunities for multiple interior projects. Okay, so you can go on for interior designing as well. And inside interior designing, what you can do is you can even specialize, because there are so many projects. You can be a specialist in a particular interior designing typology. Okay, like you could be a restaurant design specialist, or you could be a salon design specialist, or you could be an office specialist. Okay, whatever that you are interested into. All right, then the next stream that we have here is furniture designing. Now, if you are interested to go more deeper into interior designing, you could go into furniture designing as well. Now in furniture designing, you have huge number of opportunities. Okay, like whatever is a problem that you are able to observe, and if you are able to solve that problem with the furniture that you design, then you are going to kill it in this industry. Okay, that means you can create any kind of a furniture, you can develop modular furnitures of that similar type, and you can sell those furniture, creating a separate company. Okay, and you can even dig deep into creating more and more new kind of furnitures. All right, and because you have the basic sense of designing, you have a basic knowledge of anthropology, you can go deep into furniture designing as well. Okay, then the next stream that we have over here is we have set designing. Okay, now movie producers, movie directors, everyone requires set designing. Okay, and this is somewhere more of a temporary design, where you require design for a particular scene, for a particular shot. Okay, so set designers are most of the time architects. Okay, because architects have they have a basic design knowledge, they have a basic spatial recognition of how do you set things up inside a scene. Like if you want to set up an interior scene you have the right amount of knowledge of what should be there in that scene, or how do you model that scene, how do you visualize that scene, and you could produce whatever you think into your own visualizations. Okay, so you have a huge edge over set designing. Okay, then the next stream that you can go ahead with is exhibition design. Now, exhibition design is more or less similar to set design in terms of temporary structure. Okay, exhibition design is also a temporary structure where you would be having structures for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, maybe a week, or max to max a month. Okay, and the best thing about exhibition designing is, see, exhibitions are smaller, they are huge also, but the thing is, because they are temporary and because you need your exhibition space to be such that it attracts the crowd, it gets the attention towards your exhibition, these designs need to be really out of the box and really amazing. Okay, and when there are big brands associated with the exhibitions, you as an architect can explore your heart out into whatever that you want to design. Okay, you don't get this opportunity always into architecture designs or even interior designs where you want to explore something very much different. Okay, like you can go for parametrics and all of that stuff. All right, then the next thing that you can go ahead with is game set designing. Now, if you're someone who is a gamer, who is really interested into games, then you can go for game designing. Okay, now let me tell you, as an architect, you have the basic functional knowledge, the spatial knowledge of how do you set the atmosphere in a gaming. Okay, how do you set the different stages. Like, let's take an example over here. Okay, if you play PUBG, if you have played PUBG, right now it is banned in India. So if you have played PUBG, you know, when you go into that house to collect your ammunitions and everything, you know, each and everything is properly placed, it is properly designed, and all of those things are basically models which architects have created. Okay, architects or any other visualizer has created, and you being an architect, you already have the basic knowledge of what should be the floor height. Okay, what should be the basic distance where someone should move. Okay, how do you space, how do you design the entire environment and all of that. Okay, and when you combine this knowledge with 3D modeling, 3D visualization, where you are able to design the entire set and put that set into a particular gaming software, you can go for game designing. Okay, now there are some skills which you need to upskill upon. You need to learn Unreal Engine. Okay, you need to learn Blender, like some advanced softwares which would be required for game set designing, but you would definitely have the basic knowledge, right? Then the next thing that you can go for is landscape designing. Now, landscape designing is a very much booming industry because of all of these environmental problems that we have over here. It is very much important for all the huge scale architecture projects. Every architecture project has a landscape design. Okay, it is compulsory. You need to allot a certain area as a green space. Okay, so landscape designing is very much booming, and if you are someone who is really interested into nature stuff, you are a plant lover, a nature lover, you should go for landscape designing. Okay, then the next thing that we have over here is industrial design. Now, industrial design is something which is very much focused towards the process of the industry. Okay, now every industry is different. You might have an industry which is an energy treatment plant which converts waste to energy, or it might be something of a factory system. It can be any kind of a factory, okay, a production factory or something sort of like that. So there are different kind of masters that you can go ahead with to know what kind of an industrial design you want to get into. Okay, so industrial design is also one thing that you can go for if you are into architecture. Okay, then the next thing that we have over here is product design. Okay, now product designing is also considered as an industrial designing, but basically you design products. Like, you can design anything, maybe a headphone, a shoe, maybe you can design shoes, or you could design watches, any kind of a product. Okay, tiffin box, anything. Now see, the basic skills that you have is you have the skills of psychology, you have the skills of color psychology, okay, what colors should look good on any kind of a product. Even you have the skill of anthropology and human psychology. Now when you combine all of these skills along with the critical thinking and research skills that you have developed, you could research for a really good product. Okay, what you have to do is just come up with the problems and how do you solve those problems with a particular product, and you can do really great with product designing. Okay, then the next thing that you can go ahead with is graphic designing. Now let me tell you, graphic designing is a very much booming industry we now have, because each and every company, they require graphic designers. Now people require logos, and logos keep on changing. People require graphics to put on to social media on a daily basis. Okay, and with the boom of social media and internet in the past years, graphic designing has increased to a great extent. There is a huge requirement for video graphics, okay, motion graphics. So if you are someone who can generate motion graphics, then you have a really great opportunity in graphic designing. Okay, now while you are in architecture, the basic graphic designing. You might have learned Photoshop, you might have learned Corel Draw, or composing. How do you compose your sheets? All of that, what we do is basically we put graphics, we make graphics, right? So if you just dive deep into this field, if you learn some of the softwares where you get more prominent with all of these softwares like Adobe Photoshop, InDesign, or After Effects, Premiere Pro, you can do really great at graphic designing. Okay, then the next thing that you can go ahead with is web designing. Now let me tell you, web designing is very easy if you master WordPress. Okay, just if you learn WordPress, web designing is easy. But what is not easy is composing things. Okay, even if you learn WordPress, designing a website is a task. Okay, and when you are studying architecture for 5 years, you do composing in each and every semester. Okay, now I have been from a semester pattern where we had 2 semesters every year. Okay, now in each and every year for architectural design, for building technology and different other subjects, we had to compose our sheets. Okay, and while composing those sheets, you compose it in such a way so that the viewer who is viewing that sheet, the viewer gets the best experience, right? So you have this basic knowledge of how do you get the viewer to the best experience through the compositions that you make. Okay, you have to put that same experience into web designing. Okay, so you can just go on to my website, sankashnarvekar.com. I've just given the link in the description, and you can just see it somewhere below here. Just go to that website. I've built that website in just 2 days. Okay, just learned WordPress, and with the skills that I had of an architect, I was able to build that website. You can also. Okay, and now if you combine the graphic designing with the web designing, you could be a digital marketer. Okay, which gets us to our next step, our next stream. You can become a digital marketer and go on for digital marketing. Okay, now digital marketing is a great booming industry. Every business requires digital marketing, be it a restaurant, a salon, a pub, anything. Okay, an architectural firm, a mobile company, a car company, anything, be it any industry out there, everyone requires digital marketing. Okay, so with all of these skills, you could become a digital marketer. Also, you need to learn, you need to upskill more on how do you grow a business. Okay, how do you market different things. You need to have a basic knowledge of marketing. Okay, and you can also learn that. Okay, it's not difficult to learn in the digital age. All right, information is very readily available in the digital age. And so the next thing that you can go ahead with is estimation and costing. Now, if you are someone who is really good at calculations, and if you're someone who loves to do math, then you can go with estimation and costing. Now, this is something which is required in every firm. Okay, be it an architectural firm or be it a builder or a developer. Now, before starting any kind of a project, people need to manage the costs, okay, and for that they need a requirement of how many materials you've used, what is the order that we need to give, what is the basic costing of a particular material set. Okay, so if you're someone who is really interested into calculations, mathematics, and taking out the costing, you can go for estimation and costing also. Then the next thing that you can go for is architecture journalism. Now, if you're someone who is really interested into writing stuff and who can write really long articles without getting tired, you can go for architecture journalism. Okay, and there is a requirement for architecture journalists in architecture magazines, and not just architecture magazines but any kind of magazines where you could write something, like you could do a critique or you could appreciate the beauty of any kind of an architectural element, okay, any kind of an architectural structure. So all of these writings that you do, they can be put into blogs or they could be put into magazines, different kind of publications which are used for the marketing purposes of architectural firms, builders, developers, and all of that. Okay, so if you're someone who's interested into writing stuff, you could go for this. Okay, and let me tell you, if you write blogs and if your blogs are ranked really good, you can earn pretty well by working from home and like completely working from home. Okay, then the next thing that you can go ahead with is you can become an architecture visualizer. Now, if you're good with all of these softwares like AutoCAD, Photoshop, SketchUp, Rhinoceros, Grasshopper, and if you are able to really take out good quality renders out of it, then you can be an architectural visualizer. Okay, now every architect, interior designer, everyone requires someone who could visualize their designs for them. Okay, so you could be a visualizer, and let me tell you, architecture visualizers who are able to visualize really great stuff, they earn pretty much well. Okay, like they get paid for a view that they create for, so you would be paid for per view that you create, and it is a really booming industry. Okay, so you could become an architectural visualizer as well. Then the next thing that you can go ahead with is you could be a model maker. Okay, now let me tell you, a lot of people think model making is just confined to architectural college, but that is not the case. Okay, model making is very much used in the field as well. Okay, but it is more probably used while designing, and it is used for marketing purposes when the design is completely done. Okay, now this is from a personal experience. I was working on this project on Mayfair Vikhroli, and we had given, so not us but the builder had given the model making to a model maker, and for one single model the guy was paid 4 lakhs. Okay, it took him a lot of time to make the model. It was a huge model, but model makers can earn really well. Okay, if you are really interested into model making and if you think you want to make it as a career, you should go for it. Okay, and go totally deep. Okay, like you make amazing models. Okay, that way, not just anything mediocre or anything simple. Okay, you need to have the right quality. Only then you can, you know, stand out and make yourself in the marketplace. Then the next thing that you can go for is you could be a photographer, an architectural photographer. Now let me tell you, architecture photography is very much booming, and this is because also of internet and social media. Okay, now every architect, interior designer, developer, builder, okay, they need whatever the creations that they have done, they want to market it. Okay, and these photographers, they are the best thing, they are the best way towards clicking whatever the things that you have created, because you know, you require really great views, or you require professional views of whatever the structure, the architecture, interior that you have created. Okay, so if you are someone who is really good at taking photographs, you could be an architectural photographer. All right, then the next thing that you could go for is construction management. Now when the construction is being done on the site, there are a lot of problems which people face at the site. Okay, so as a construction manager, your job would be to be present on the site and to solve problems that occur on the site, okay, while you are working, and there are multiple problems that happen on the site. Okay, so you would be someone who would be working right at the front end and solving problems. Okay, then so you won't be designing much stuff, but you would be handling all the design that has been created. You would be handling the workers, you would be handling the import and export of materials. Probably you would be the head of construction. Okay, then the next thing that you can go for is real estate management. Now real estate management is similar to construction management, but the job is on the back end, okay, where you work in the office and you manage all the professionals. Now let me tell you, there are a lot of professionals who are involved in a particular design. Okay, now let's say if it is a huge project, a huge residential project, a commercial project, an airport, or any kind of a big scale architectural project, there are multiple number of people involved. There would be an architect, a landscape architect, a structural engineer, there would be a services guy, there would be multiple vendors, okay, and many people. Now as a real estate manager, your job would be to manage all of these professionals. You would have to look at, has the architect giving you the proper drawings? Are the structural elements incorporated by the structural engineer? Okay, or are the materials arranged properly? Is the vendor getting the deliveries right on time? All of these things you have to manage. All right, so you could go for real estate management as well. Then the next thing that you can do is you could do an MBA. Now every business has 7 spokes to it. Okay, and let me tell you all of these 7 spokes. So there is marketing, there is sales, then there is operations, there is HR, then there is accounting, there's research and development, and finally there is management, where you manage all of these 6 different things. Okay, so you'd be learning all of this in deep when you go in an MBA. Okay, so you could be someone who is a marketing professional for an architectural firm, or for a real estate, or for a builder. Okay, you could be someone who is getting more and more projects. You could work in a business development profile. All right, or you could also be someone who is an HR, who is managing people inside the firm. Okay, so there are different possibilities that you can that you could be in if you do an MBA. All right, then the next thing that you could go for is teaching. You could teach whatever that you have learned, whatever that you have experienced, and you could probably teach all of these different things. Okay, so, and teaching is something which I prefer that someone should do once they have a certain kind of an experience with it. Okay, so if you want to go for teaching, it is highly suggested that you take some kind of an experience and then you go ahead for teaching. And also in colleges, it is compulsory that someone needs to complete a master to become a teacher, or you need to be very highly experienced with a lot of projects if you want to become a teacher. All right, then the next thing that you could go for is you could be a material vendor. Now since you are an architect, if you are working as an architect, you are exposed to a variety of materials. Okay, let me tell you, when I was working in my previous office, we used to get calls every week for a different kind of a material. Okay, and this way you have an idea of what material works best, and what material you are using always, what material the client requires at most of the time. Okay, and you could use this knowledge of materials, of colors, of psychology onto designing a particular material which the market requires. Okay, so if you are able to design a particular material with respect to the problems that you have observed, and if you are able to scale it really well, you could be a very successful material vendor. Okay, and material vendor is something which you are creating products. Okay, you are not providing a service, but you are creating products and you are selling those products. Okay, so it is a product business, a really great thing. If you scale it, you could earn a lot. All right, then the next thing that you could go for is you could be a naval architect. Okay, now all of the ships that you see, those huge ships, the Titanic kind of ships, big cruises, each and every ship has so many rooms inside of it, right? They have restaurants, they have various different kind of duplexes, single room, single occupancy, double occupancies. Okay, various different kinds of rooms. Okay, there are huge kitchens, then there are service rooms, service shafts. all of these various spaces. Okay, so you can also go deep into naval architecture, where you would be learning how do you design the interior spaces of a ship. Now, because you already have a basic knowledge of spaces and how the furnitures or each and everything should be set, what should be the floor height and all, and also you would be able to create those things using the softwares that you have learned, you could go for naval architecture and you have an edge towards learning that. Okay, the learning curve would be much shorter for you because you already have some kind of a knowledge in it. Okay, so this is also what you can go ahead for. And then the final thing that you could do is BIM modeling. Okay, now BIM is building information management, where the entire information of a building, the sustainability of the building, each and everything is procured from a 3D model. Okay, now this 3D model is more in the sense of automation modeling, where you come to know each and everything on, you know, how that kind of a shape or how that kind of a form would give you more sustainability or would help in the thermal comfortability of a building. Okay, so if you are someone who is really interested into 3D modeling and who is interested into, you know, coming out with outcomes on the basis of a model, then you could go for BIM. Okay, and let me tell you, BIM is a very much booming industry. In India, it is not that much of a booming industry, but outside India, it is very much required. Okay, so you could also go for BIM. So these are the 23 different options which you can go for if you just don't want to go for architecture designing. All right, and as promised, you know, just go on to the link below. You would get the PDF over there, and if you have watched each and every step, you would get a much better clarity now. Okay, so just go on this website, sankashnarvekar.com/alternate streams, and you just have to enter your email ID. Just subscribe to that, and you would get a mail from me stating all of these 23 PDFs. Okay, and if you like this video, just press the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell icon so that you don't miss any other future videos from me. Okay, so let's meet in the next video. Until then, bye bye and take care.